I'm trying to wire this switch to the max air fan. So it is a reverse switch, so it should reverse the fan's direction, just like you can with the button. And you can shut it off. And then this dial is the speed for the fan. So Forrest did this in his, he didn't show real clear how to do it. So I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm going to make a video that's a little bit more clearer that shows you how to do it, if it works. It does come with pretty good directions. So this is if you just did a normal connection without wanting the forward and reverse. And this is the connection for forward and reverse. These go to the power. You see here the labels. So let's see if I can get it to work. So you just have to bypass this circuit board altogether. So I cut the wires off the circuit board. I left them there. I took a video just in case I have to put it back. And I left some extras in case I need to rewire it. And then you just rewire the black to black and white to white. Now in the max air fan, the black is positive and the white is negative. It has a little fuse there. I left that there, so I just used these okay. I use these little connectors, the Wago connectors. It's just, they have all different kinds. It's just easier. You just clip them together. That way if I made a mistake, I don't have to cut wires, I can just unclip them. So you'll see them right there. So I'd already had this wired into the upper part of the van here. So it's in that piece of loom. I'm gonna put the switch right here. Is going to be a column. Doug had the good idea to make this a column, which is actually perfect for switches. So somehow we'll mount this switch in here at some point. So I have to cut the wire up here, take it out of the loom, and bring some down here for where the switch is going to go. I have two wires going through this piece of loom, so I just have to figure out, one is this one here, it's extra. I just have to figure out which one of these is the fan and which one is extra. Just kind of by following it and pulling on it. Stand by. Okay, I figured out it's this one, but you know, I didn't allow for this switch, so I don't know if it's going to be long enough. So I think instead of trying to drag it out and through all of this, I'll just cut it and add a wire and run it down here. All I have left for wire is 10 gauge. This is 12, but that should be fine. So I just cut it here. I'm going to strip these wires, attach a 10 gauge, come down to here and attach it to the switch. The 10 gauge wire wouldn't fit in here. So I use these heat shrink. You kind of solder seal wire connectors. I'm not really crazy about how that one came out. Well, I'm just gonna use that as a test anyway, and then if it works, then I'll probably do something better. Maybe just tape it, I don't know. All right, it works, I'm psyched. Let me show you what I did. So these were connected, but I cut them so I could run a wire to go down to the switch, because this isn't quite long enough to add that because it's an afterthought. And all I had was 10 gauge wire to add, which turned out to be a little bit of a problem. So these connections aren't great. I'm going to do them over. We've got more 12 gauge wire coming. So I'll change this 10 gauge out for 12. These little ring connectors are so tiny that we had to grind down the number 10 ring connectors that we had. But it worked. So the fan wire is going to these two black wires on the back of this switch. How you connect these determines if this is forward or reverse. So we just put it so up is out You'll hear the fan. So up is taking the air out, and down is bringing the air in, just so it's more intuitive. And then this is the power. It's on full blast. You can probably hear it. It's getting quieter and quieter. You can actually turn it off with this too. Let's back up all the way. So if you don't like the way your switch is working as far as in and out, just flip these two around. I use spade connectors, so that made it easy. Then the two red wires coming from the switch go to the part labeled motor, negative and positive. But I don't know if that makes a difference or not, because it's just they're both red. It works. So, and then these two ring connectors that we had to file down, negative and positive, are going to the back of the van. I'll show you. I did have this 12-volt plug connected to the max air fan. I was just going to put it in a socket, but they always come loose, these things. So it would, keep beeping on and off. Wired it to the third spot, the negative here and the positive here. And that goes up the wall and back to that switch that I just showed you. I will have links to all the things that I used. If not in the description, check out my Amazon store. That's just everything that we use for the van. Heat gun's important. We use a lot of these heat shrink wire connectors. Gives a real good connection. Might be to use a hairdryer, but I think it would take a while. Well, even a lighter, I think some people do. But so I need to add more wire to this, so this switch will come down here. But this will be good for now. Tuck it up here. Now I just have to put the stuff back on it. Here I was able to use those little Wago connectors, whatever they're called. I think I'll keep those there because they're very streamlined. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll answer them if I can. And thanks for watching.